People, what up? What's good? Y'all know what time it is. It's balance update, balance patch time. Y'all know what we do. We look at the cards and we talk about the changes. Y'all leave a like and let's see what we got, man. They done nerfed my boy Thanos not once but twice again, bro. They nerfed Meek, Big Meak. They buff Crossbones, buff Sabretooth, and buff Angela. I know my man Jose gonna be happy about this Angela buff. And then they also buffed the Buster Baxter building. And that doesn't matter, but let's get into these changes, man. So Thanos, man, his old ability at the start of the game, shuffle the 6 Infinity Stones into your deck, is now starts in your opening hand and shuffles the 6 Infinity Stones into your deck. Y'all know how what does he say? I am inevitable. He's going to inevitably start in your hand. But before I even read the change, so I mean, they keep nerfing him, unfortunately, for all my Thanos fans out there, but I feel like he's still good, man. I guess, you can't cheat as easily as you would before, but again, probably the most versatile card in the game, right? You get him 6 more cards, you do whatever you want. I don't know how many times I got to keep telling y'all can run some ongoing stuff with Spectrum, a Destroy deck, a Khazar, a Lockjaw. Like, you can do whatever you want, and there's nothing they're going to be able to do about that as long as you get all 6 stones. But I mean, he's a little bit worse, but let's just read and then I'll wrap my thoughts up on this. Given the consistent and dominant performance of Thanos, additional changes were inevitable. This is the first stage. They said this is a first stage of a larger range of adjustments we're going to make to the Thanos and Infinity Dang, bruh. The first stage? So they want to nerf him into the ground, man. Our goal is to focus more heavily on the Mad Titan with the expectation that narrowing the overall flexibility of Thanos decks will reduce how often these decks take heavy advantage of powerful new cards aimed at other strategies. This may be a more damaging change than you expect to the current builds, as Thanos has almost always claimed the highest win rate in the game when not drawn. Man, why they want to do that to my boy? But look, y'all, and here's the thing, you can still win, right? Just playing the 6 Infinity Stones, Kyera, and Thanos. You know what I mean? So y'all let me know what y'all think. Let's talk about this stone, right? They nerfed the time stone for the the second or the third time. So it used to be, first of all, it used to be draw a card, get 1 more energy for the next turn. Then they nerfed it to draw a card, give that card -1 cost. And now this new ability is give Thanos -1 cost next turn, but you still draw a card, right? So they nerfed the time stone again, which sucks for the time stone, right? But still, let's say you put Black Swan in the time stone, you know what I mean, down on turn 4 or 5, you get Thanos, you get all your 1 cost cards for free, right? You can still cook, right? So I mean, it's unfortunate. Let's go ahead and read again, though. We are pursuing changes to more than one of the stones, but because we're not ready to execute on those just yet, we're taking an even heavier hand. You heard how I said even heavier hand with the time stone for now. Our last change did very little to the actual win rate of the card, and we rather not miss again. It's possible we'll return some strength in the future as other stones change, though we intend to keep the focus on Thanos discussed as above. Man, bro, they nerfed the Soul Stone, the Mind Stone, the Time Stone. Y'all might as well just nerf every stone. Look, y'all, I mean, they said Thanos has the highest win rate, right? And as I said, and I think you guys would agree with, you can run him, you can use him however you want. I guess he's a problem in that sense, right? I don't find him to be an annoying card to play against. As high as a win rate as they say, the data says he has, as popular as a card he is. Y'all let me know if y'all hate Thanos, bro. Y'all mind fight or playing against this card. I really don't mind. And I'm sad about this, man. But let's get into the next cards, bro. I'm sad about that. That's my boy Big Thanos, man. But so we got Meek next, Big Meek. So they just took one power away. I didn't. So here's the thing. I don't think I fought a single Meek since they buffed him from what he was before. So I'm actually surprised to see this change. But I mean, here's the thing about the discard decks, right? And I said this a number of different times as well. You got your standard discard decks, right? Which utilize all of the, I guess, the discard cards, right? So you got your Swarm, Mobius, Dracula, maybe Proxima Midnight, Lady Sif, Apocalypse type of deck, right? And that's a good deck. But you also got your one where you just throw a bunch of big cards on the deck. You throw hella and you're hoping to get lucky at the end. You got your Black Knight on there and your what's his name? The dude with the skull face of it, Corvus Glaive, right? I never see Meek on either one of those decks, so I'm really shocked to see this, right? And I just wanted to bring that up before I got to reading, but let's go ahead and read what. We adjusted Apocalypse slightly in the last patch to tone down discard decks a little, and it had the desired effect on Apocalypse. However, Meek has since surged out in the front on the back of a previous adjustment and has by far the best win rate. That's interesting in these decks now. That's especially concerning for a 1-cost card because we measure win rate when drawn, and turn 1 is the least common turn on which to draw a card, ignoring Limbo. This kind of performance, in spite of theoretically being much less effective to draw on turn 4, 5, and 6, is a strong indicator we should remove some power or increase the cost, and we prefer the former. That's interesting. I mean, it's crazy. This has the best win rate. I have never seen this card on the discard deck, y'all. So I mean, I guess that's just the matchmaking. You know what I mean? If you guys fight against me, let me know your opinions on this card. But as I said, I never really seen it. I mean, I guess he needed to be nerfed then, right? Same way Thanos was winning too much, Meek winning too much. Let's nerf him, I guess, right? But finally, bro, up next we got Crossbone. Finally, they did something to this card, man. I don't know if you guys seen the the tier list video I made with Prashan. If y'all want episodes 5 and 6, go to his comment section, bro. Tell him in his comment section so we can finish that series off. But in our episode 4, the 4-cost cards episode, I said, why is Crossbones weaker than Typhoid? All the 410s, and he has a worse ability. I said they need to make him 410 or 412, right? Because I feel like he has the most restrictive out of all those Atuma Sentry type of cards. He has the least compatibility with other decks. So I feel like 412 would even be fine, but he needed something. You know what I mean? He needed something. Let's read why they changed. There's been a lot of debate around which downside is stronger or weaker between Crossbones and What you mean a lot of debate? Crossbones was easily the worst card out of all of those. All right, let's keep reading. We've decided to let you all settle it in the streets. Either way, this is probably Cole's game to lose just because there are multiple good decks where Cole already shines, but it'll be fun finding out. Plus, we like to add a little bit more support for Scar. So they didn't really talk about Crossbones himself, but he sucked, right? He sucked. He got one of the most swaggy looking characters, and he sucks. So they better, like I said, man, make him 412. He could still be Shang-Chi, right? His ability still is very bad. Just make him 412. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. I might be tripping about that, but let's go up next to that boy, Sabretooth. So they just gave him one more power. And I mean, the thing about Sabretooth, right, once you complete your I guess your destroy collection, right, you get all the you get Null, you get Venom, Nimrod, even, you just get all the destroy oriented cards. Sabretooth, you're never going to see him again, right? Let's go ahead and read why they gave him a little bit more power. Many are saying 3-5 is the new 3-4 and they may be onto something. We've been fairly happy with how many of these 3-5s are working out, and we expect to make more changes over time to balance out the range of power among our lower cost cards as the game grows deeper. Sabretooth is fairly analogous to Black Swan as a vanilla card with no effect unless you lean into it during the deck building. But the destroy base decks are very competitive when it comes to exactly which 12 cards make the cut, right? And so they're just trying to make him a bit more competitive because, like I said, once you get all the destroy cards, there's no reason to use Sabretooth anymore. You might even need a little bit more power. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Or yeah, I just kind of find it hard to justify because there's so many good 3-cost cards in the destroy archetype. One, you got Killmonger. You got to use Killmonger. You know what I mean? You have Venom, right? You got Deathlock. You have, I'm forgetting. You got Gladiator. You know what I'm saying? They're better than him. On top of that, they destroy cards. Sabretooth needs to be destroyed, but all the other cards that need to be destroyed are, for the most part, cheaper than Sabretooth, right? Wolverine, X-23 Dip, all of those cards, right? With the exception of Nimrod, but Nimrod you usually want to play with Shuri, and then also Nimrod you get 2 after you destroy it. Sabretooth, he just goes back to your hand. Even though he's free, you got to play him again, then you got to destroy him again. But by that time, I already used my Venom, I already used my Carnage, so I mean, that's the issue, right? That's the issue. But y'all let me know what y'all think, right? I think that's the issue though. Let's keep going, man. I think we got 1 or 2 more cards. You got Angela and Buster back. I'm gonna save Angela for last. We're just gonna talk about this real quick. It's a 4 on the building. They made it +4. All right, that's it for the Baxter building, man. But last but certainly not least, in my opinion, we got young Angela. They nerfed her. They buffed her back to her original form. I honestly thought she was fine after the addition of Hope Summers and after the what's that card? Elsa Bloodstone got changed back to how she was, right? Because I feel like that's a very strong deck, so the 2 ways a lot of people like to use Angela is like that Hope Summers. On the Hope Summers deck, you gotta have Kitty Pryde, and then you usually run like Spider-Man, Nightcrawler, all the cards that can move off of Angela while buffing her simultaneously. Or you can just throw on the Hitmonkey deck with Bishop or something like that, right? And so I felt like she was fine because they changed, Elsa back. They added Hope Summers to the game. But I guess they didn't, right? So let's read. Angela's back. The metagame has shifted to create more space for the small ball decks that heavily lean on Angela to scale for late power, so we're adjusting in kind. Will this be enough to return decks like Silky Smooth to the metagame, or do they need more help? Time will tell. I thought they were already back. I guess not. But yeah, man, y'all, I know a lot of y'all wanted Angela back, and here she is. So I mean, y'all, we got a real interesting patch right here, man. They keep nerfing that boy, Mr. Purple. And then they buffed some of the underrated cards, and then the Meek change was a surprise to me, and then so was the Angela change. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Do y'all agree with their decisions? Do y'all agree with my analysis? Do you disagree with it? Let me know in the comments. And as always, I appreciate you guys for watching. Y'all be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Run the road to 2,000 subs, and I'll see y'all next time.